the light flyweights.
And these two are Mick Cantwell of London and Mark Epton from Mexborough in Yorkshire. Mick Cantwell is wearing the black and white singlet on the right now, and his opponent Mark Epton is only 19 years old. Comes from the Mexborough Athletic Club in Yorkshire, one of the discoveries of this season. And Epton, wearing the white singlet, he's the boy who put the reigning champion, John Lyon, out of these championships in March in Liverpool. Lyon, who'd won this title 4 times on the trot. And here is young Mark Epton, the man who put him out in the white singlet. Mick Cantwell from the Fisher Club, the famous Fisher Club in London, wearing the black vest. He's 21, London champion. He also is in an ABA final for the first time. A lot of banners around this place proclaiming Slick Mick from London. But Slick Mick's face is already reddened by the attacks of Epton. Yorkshireman scoring some of the early points. Epton is looking good. That was a remarkable win he had over John Lyon, the champion. Lyon wasn't only 4 times ABA champion, but also Commonwealth Games silver medalist. And he's made a good start here, Epton, the young Yorkshireman in the white singlet. Swarming all over Cantwell, and the London boy really has got to sharpen himself up a bit here if he's going to do any good. Well, not a bad start to these 1985 championships. You could hardly ask for a better opening 3 minutes to these championships than this. Cantwell occasionally getting his counter-punch in. Epton doing 5 times as much work. Well, that was total non-stop aggression from this 19-year-old Yorkshireman, Mark Epton, from the Mexborough Athletic Club in Yorkshire. What a first round he's had. Can Cantwell, in the dark singlet, find something with which to tame this young man's aggression? The blonde-haired Epton, a car body repairer, keen angler, and a former National Association of Boys Clubs champion. And this opening contest of the evening has really got the crowd going already here in Wembley. Epton's work getting a little scrambly now, and Cantwell picks up a second caution for leaning on his man and using his head inside. Cantwell now beginning to come back at the youngster. Holding, and he gets a public warning this time. So Cantwell of London, from the Fisher Club, has now got a mark against his name on the judges' papers. Interesting that last year Cantwell, when he was also London champion, came unstuck at the England semi-final stage and in fact was stopped in 3 rounds by John Lyon, who went on to become the champion for the 4th time and who this season has been stopped by Epton here. Cantwell sticking to it well, keeping his boxing nicely together, and this is not over yet. The edge now has just slightly been taken off the attacks of Epton. Epton still forcing hard, but Cantwell has managed to catch him with some good straight punches as he's come in. But remember, Cantwell has picked up a public warning, and if this is very close at the end, that might well count against him. Well, Cantwell strides back to the corner, clearly feeling much more pleased with himself than at the end of the first round. He's had a good second round there. Familiar figure in the London Championships every year since 1981. Mick Cantwell from Fisher, and it looks to me as though the 3rd round is going to be the one that decides this.
He's looking a bit tight.
Well, I'm sure everyone here feels that these last 3 minutes are going to be quite something between these 2 young opponents. Mick Cantwell on the left, the London champion. He's 21. And the Yorkshireman, Mark Epton, in the white vest. He's only 19. Both in their first ABA final. Cantwell has been on a weight training course to try and improve the power of his punching. Only last November that Epton was boxing for young England against a young United States team and got knocked out in 3 rounds. Well, how different it all is now from that rather black night. The light flyweights, this is the lightest weight of all, 7.5 stone. This weight was founded in 1971 in the championships, and it was a Londoner who won the title in the first 3 years, Nicky Abrams. Charlie Magri won it as well. Still seems to me to be pretty close. All the hooks coming from the Yorkshireman and all the straight counter punching from Cantwell. Take your pick. Remember, there was a public warning against Cantwell. And these two are going to box themselves completely out over these 3 rounds. There's not a lot left now. The greatest honor that you can win in your own country, that's at stake. Cantwell again getting slightly the better of it. A lot of Epton's punches are missing the target or landing with the inside of the glove. Well, it's been a wonderful contest to get these championships off the ground for 1985. whole of Wembley has really lapped this one up. Marvellous contest. Pity there has to be a loser, really, between Epton of Yorkshire and Cantwell from London.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the winner and ABA National Light Flyweight Champion by a unanimous decision, Epton.
Epton's done it. All three judges voted for flyweight, and his opponent is the youngest man in the championships, 17-year-old Lee Williams from London.
Second round.
And Clinton, the defending champion, on the right, wearing that colourful gold and green outfit. He's had a very comfortable opening round against this young Battersea boy, Lee Williams, the blonde boy, who's only 17, the youngest man in the championships. And with skillful counter-punching and neat footwork, Clinton has picked his man off all the way through the first 3 minutes, and he started doing the same thing again now. Williams is very lucky to be in these finals at all, because he was beaten 2 stages ago in the England semi-finals. But the man who beat him, John Green from Manchester, fell ill and had to pull out of the national semi-finals, and Williams was called back in. Took his chance, won the semi-finals, and here he is. But he faces one of the most experienced men in these championships tonight, Pat Clinton, Olympic representative last summer, twice ABA, defending ABA champion, and once a finalist at flyweight. And he comes, of course, from a very famous Scottish boxing family. Doing everything right against his somewhat inexperienced Battersea boy, and so far it's been all plain sailing for Clinton, moving steadily and easily, at the moment anyway, towards his second championship. Southpaw rights and the following left hand, finding the target over and over again. But to be fair to the young Battersea boy, he's sticking to it gamely enough, walking into all sorts of trouble, but still coming on. So these first 2 rounds have been very, very clearly Clinton's. And all he needs is one more round like that, and he'll keep the title. Pat Clinton, 21 last month, one of only 2 defending champions here tonight. Son of Billy Clinton, the former Scottish professional flyweight champion, and nephew of Jim Clinton, who won 2 ABA championships at flyweight back in 1944 and again in 47. Pat Clinton. So the last 3 minutes, in which really Williams' only hope now is to find a lucky punch from somewhere and try to stop this incessant stream of counter-punches coming at him from the reigning champion, Pat Clinton. You get told about the head there. And Clinton also picked up a little caution. Clinton is one of 10 brothers. And suddenly, enough of the counter-punching, we're going to move into action. As if he isn't far enough ahead. Full marks to Lee Williams, the baby of these championships at 17, facing a well-nigh impossible task, but has never ever given up. Works as a scaffolder, Williams. Clinton as a joiner. So it looks very much as though the Clinton family are going to pick up their 4th ABA flyweight title. Uncle Jim did it back in the 40s, 2 of them. And the nephew looks like getting the 2nd one here and now. And he's been given a standing count. He took a series of rather sharp punches to the head. 1st count. 1st count of these championships. Less than a minute to go. Be nice to see Williams get through it. He's tried so hard. 2nd standing count. Battersea boy says, "What do you think you're doing?" Bleeding at the mouth. Not long to go now. 10 seconds left. Got to get our watches synchronized, I think. And the 1985 ABA flyweight final is over, and there really can only be one winner, and here he is, 21-year-old Pat Clinton of Croy Miners. We have to wait for the result, of course, but I think we can all safely assume that he is the ABA champion for the 2nd year running. Albans, who's on a 2nd life in these championships, and he meets the Welsh champion, Dean Lynch.
2nd round. 2nd round.
Sean Murphy, the man from St Albans, is the one who looks as though he lost his last contest against the Barber. And here he faces this Welsh champion from Swansea, Dean Lynch. Murphy really has had a severe haircut. Never seen him look like that before. Very untidy opening round. A lot of wild slinging of punches. And not too many clean ones got through. Occasionally, this Welshman throws a big, wide, swinging punch, which really Murphy should avoid, but doesn't. And it seems to hurt Murphy quite considerably. I would have thought Murphy, who's much more experienced, and certainly internationally, than Lynch, would have boxed this a little more skillfully. Seems to be happy enough to have a slogging match. Nasty crack of heads there. Big left from Murphy. Sean Murphy from St Albans, a roofing contractor. Lynch of Wales with his back to. He's a bricklayer. Murphy beginning to get through with some good punches, and suddenly Lynch looks in trouble, and in fact he takes a standing count. So Murphy, who was prepared to slog it up, perhaps has proved himself to be right. Round 2. Lynch still throwing big sweeping right hands. And Murphy still looking alarmingly open to them. Second count over the Welshman. Last half minute ticking away now. So 2 standing counts he's taken. Less than 30 seconds to go in this second round. Can Murphy stop him? He might. Murphy sees his chance of an inside the distance win, and he may have it. Third count. And on he goes again. Bell coming up. And he survived. But it must have been touch and go, and he looks a little worse for wear, this 20-year-old Swansea man, Dean Lynch, as he goes back for a very much needed minute's rest. Well, this was the third time that he picked up a standing count. You can see how Murphy is getting through with all those punches. And that was standing count number 3.
Seconds out. Third and final round.
Now then, the referee leading the Welshman back to the corner at the bell to start the third round without a punch being exchanged. And I'm not at all clear why that should be. Allowed him to get through to the end of the second. And the moment he came out to start the third, the referee's taken one look at him, Mr. Mullen from Scotland, and decided that it can't go on, which is a very surprising decision. I would have thought he might have stopped it after the third standing count in the second round and not let it go to the end. Strange decision, but he's taken one look at Lynch at the start of the third round and decided he's not fit to continue. And so Sean Murphy from St Albans is ABA bantamweight champion of this country for the first time, and a man who had been beaten at an earlier round but luckily found his way back into the championships. Southpaws, the Welsh champion, Floyd Havard, and this very hard-hitting man from Newcastle, John Davison.
Seconds out. Second round.
Well, will the hitman strike again on the left in the white singlet? That's John Davison, the big puncher from Granger Park Club, Newcastle, against this tall Welsh champion, fellow Southpaw, Floyd Havard. Havard is 19, and Davison, who took up boxing late in life, is 26. And Davison gets through for the first time. Havard kept him away in the opening round with a long right lead. But suddenly Davison is getting in close, and when he gets in close, he's dangerous. And suddenly Havard is being forced into a close quarter slogging match, which he doesn't want. The tall Welshman's tactics here have been to move around this ring and keep popping the right hand out. It worked in the first. It's not working in the second. Davison has won his last 3 contests on the way here, inside the distance. Nobody's got to the third round with him. Davison, a bricklayer from Newcastle, and Havard, a forestry worker from the famous Penrhiol Club in Wales, the club which produced Colin Jones. Great tactical battle going on here. Havard trying to keep it at long range. Davison moving inside where he can get some leverage and work his punches in. Havard has again regained his composure, which he lost temporarily in this round. And Davison may have some work to do in the last round if he's going to win this title. So after looking dangerous in the early stages of that second round, he wound up hitting empty air against the taller Welshman, John Davison, from the Granger Park Club in Newcastle, 26 years old.
Seconds up. Third and final round.
3 minutes then left for the hit man from the northeast of England, John Davison, to wreak some damage here on this tall Welsh fellow southpaw, Floyd Havard. The issue is simple enough. Can Havard keep him at range? At long range, or will he allow the man to come inside and hurt him? Scottish referee having a little word with them just to keep it all clean. Havard got to the semi-finals last year, but was beaten by Kevin Taylor, the eventual ABA champion, who also was from the north of England, like Davison here. Taylor's now turned pro. And these two are fighting for the title that's been won by a lot of very famous people, like Pat Cowdell, George Gilbody, Ken Buchanan, and much further back, Dave Charnley from Dartford in Kent. And this crowd absolutely wrapped up in this fascinating battle between the southpaw boxer and the southpaw fighter. Davison's head being very dangerous inside. He's told for leaning on. Been a terrific bit of boxing here by Havard from Wales. Havard's got some blood on the side of his face. Difficult to see where it's coming from. And although Davison is still forcing it, he's never ever really made his punches tell against Havard. And if Havard's won this, he'll be the first Welsh winner at this weight since Malcolm Collins back in 1958. And Havard finishes with a smear of blood at the nose, but possibly with the honours. He seems to have seen off the hitman.
Ladies and gentlemen, The winner and ABA National Featherweight Champion by a majority decision, Havard.
Well, Havard of Wales has got it, but only on a majority decision. He got the nod from 2 of the judges, and that's good enough. So Floyd Havard, from big punching form to get to Wembley. Now in the final, he faces last year's runner-up, Carl Crook from Chorley.
Seconds out. Second round.
Well, these two boxers quite similarly attired, but you can spot Macaulay on the right now. He's got the red piping around his vest, and if you look at their gloves, of course, they are different colours. And Macaulay wears the red gloves and the red sash. And Carl Crook from Chorley used to be a paratrooper and was in the army until last year. And he's much more experienced at this level than Macaulay. Not much in the first round. Crook might have just had the edge. Carl Crook on the right now. He was Army champion 3 years running, from 82 to 84. And was finalist, of course, at this weight last year. Runner-up to the Scottish boy, Alex Dixon, who's now turned pro. Crook with the moustache. Mr. Pollard, the referee, well known. Crook now just beginning to get on top with much sharper, more accurate punching with the left hand. Oh, as I say that, so he takes 2 to the mouth, out comes his gum shield, and up comes the standing count. I do have a way of bringing these things on. Gum shield returned to the corner for washing. And Crook is perfectly all right. Second round. So that's the first real shock of this final at lightweight, with 2 very good punches from Macaulay. First thing he's really done. And suddenly Crook was in a bit of trouble. And Macaulay now showing considerable strength inside. And Crook's edge has completely disappeared. Good little uppercut there from Macaulay again. Eamon Macaulay from the Hogarth Club in West London. And now it's Crook's turn to come back, a left hook. So they've had a counter piece now in the second round. Some round. And a good right from Crook, and his legs are all over the place. Macaulay very badly hurt. Says, why are you counting? But his legs are gone. You can see it from the right hand. Second round. Closing seconds of the second. He's caught Macaulay again. Now it's gone the other way. Would you believe it? Oh, Crook walked right on to an almighty punch. And he stopped. It's all over. One moment he seemed to have it in the bag, and the next moment Macaulay, who's on his knees, is the ABA champion, and he cannot understand it. And he's led back to his corner by the referee, as you can see, badly hurt. Damaged to the nose, and what a remarkable finish that was. Here we go again. This was absolutely out of the blue again. Macaulay seemed to be on his way to defeat, and then suddenly he produced a punch, a right hand, and what a right it was, which brought about Carl Crook's defeat. Last year's finalist, beaten in the final again this year. Carl Crook, the former Army champion and paratrooper, loses to a man who's related to the late world flyweight champion, Rinty Monaghan. Sad night for Crook, but for Macaulay, this little Irishman from London, Eamon Macaulay, is the new ABA lightweight champion. Christopher from London, a southpaw, and Mark Elliott from Shropshire, one of the promising young stars this season.
Seconds out. Second round.
And here we have the champion of the Midlands on the left against the champion of London, Mark Elliott from the GKN Sankey Club in white singlet and white shorts, against Ibi Mustafa from the famous Lynn Club in South London. And he's the southpaw here. He leads with his right. London champion, an ABA finalist for the first time. He's of Turkish Cypriot stock, and he's one of twins. He has a twin brother who also boxes with the Lynn Club. And Elliott is the son of a very famous former amateur who boxed for England, Johnny Elliott, always known as Johnny Kingston Elliott, came from Kingston, Jamaica. And Dad's in the corner with him tonight. That's Elliott in the white strip. Nothing very much in the opening round, but Mustafa has got these very long arms. He's got a lot of reach, and he pumps them away with a lot of determination. And Elliott mostly has been concerned with skipping around this ring, trying to find a way inside him where he can do some work. Very awkward man to box. Mustafa, southpaw, and a wide open stance, long arms, very difficult to get at.
Stop. Box.
Mustafa has made tremendous strides this season. A year ago, he was still in the novice class.
Box.
No clear pattern has so far emerged from this.
Stop. Box.
Elliott, caution for holding. Just a little bit frustrated now at the awkwardness of the man in front of him. And away goes Mark Elliott. Back to Dad. That's Dad coming through the ropes, Johnny Elliott. And, well, he was a very well-known England international some years ago. And there's another son, John Jr., who is a professional boxer, Mark Elliott. These two 19-year-olds move into the final round. Mustafa on the right, the southpaw, with the long arms, the awkward style, and Elliott from the Midlands. And the points, I would think, lying with Mustafa, but not by much. In the national semi-finals, Elliott outpointed the Welsh champion, John Samuels, a former ABA finalist. That was a good result. And Mustafa, public warning there to Elliott, won't do him any good. I was going to say that Mustafa, in the semi-finals, forced the Scottish champion, Drew Black, out of the contest in the second round with a cut. Mustafa is an annoyingly difficult man to get near. And Elliott very seldom gets close without paying for it. Slight nick under the right eye of Mustafa. Mustafa comes from Brockley in southeast London, near New Cross. And Elliott is all the time on the outside of the circle, hopping around, but not really scoring. Plenty of work being put in by both of them. Beginning to get a little tired now as we come towards the end. Mr. Pollard, the referee, just having a look at that little cut. Very, very slight cut underneath the right eye. Getting a little messy now as they tire. Elliott grins. Wasn't too much to grin about. Mustafa still looks pretty strong. And it's Mustafa who's forcing it all the way to the final bell. It goes to the judges. I think we'll find the Londoner has won it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the winner and ABA National Light Welterweight Champion by a majority decision, Mustafa in the blue corner.
The London champion gets it, but international from the north of England. His opponent, Errol McDonald from the Midlands, has impressed everyone who's seen him win his way to this final.
Seconds out, first round.
So McDonald versus Kershaw. Kershaw on the left from the Mottram and Hattersley Club, and the black-skinned McDonald from Ruddington near Nottingham. Again, two very young men. This is the night of young men. Kershaw on the left is only 19. McDonald, 21. Kershaw, an England international from Cheshire, former ABA Junior and National Association of Boys Clubs Championships finalist. So plenty of experience. He's moved up one weight this year from light welter to welter. And McDonald, well, he's been coming on by leaps and bounds. Tallish boy with long arms. Comes from the same district of Nottingham that produced Kirkland Lang. Kershaw, quick hands. McDonald has the longer reach. And Kershaw from the north of England has got a lot of support here tonight. Huge contingent from the Mottram and the Hattersley Club. Kershaw moving well, punching accurately and stealing the points in this opening round. MacDonald leading a lot, but missing a lot. Good skillful contest this. Brilliant start. Some of the best boxing we've seen tonight. And this is Errol MacDonald from the Ruddington Club, 21 years old, the Midland Counties champion, who's been boxing for less than 3 years and has never lost a contest. He's won 23 out of 23.
Second round.
Ted Kershaw from the north of England. Errol MacDonald from the Midlands. Kershaw on the left is a nephew of a former professional boxer called Alf Wright. Not punching with the knuckle part of the glove. Kershaw. Actually, Kershaw has made great strides in the game. Once he learned to discipline himself. He was once asked to leave his club because he couldn't accept the gym discipline. And then he got back by camping out on the gym's doorstep in the rain. Refused to budge, and they took him back in, and he said, OK, I'll be a good boy, and I'll work. And he has, and here he is at Wembley. Kershaw's punches falling short now. And MacDonald beginning to score quite heavily. Kershaw's beginning to look a little bit tired. MacDonald's punching now seems to be having rather more effect. Again, an inside of the glove punch from Kershaw. This is a good round for MacDonald. Kershaw's leads have lost all their sharpness. Kershaw looking now very uncomfortable. Well, he had a good opening round, but that second round was not good, and you can see for yourself how hard he's breathing as he goes back to the corner. And he's got the appearance of a man who's not really going to go these 3 rounds too well.
You've got to get to it. Now you stood off him and backing up, and that's all you're doing. You're fucking way behind. We've knocked him all his way to lose here. Now come on, you have got to get to him. You've not thrown an uppercut yet. You've not thrown an uppercut. Come on, you've got to get bleeding working. Come on, get to it now.
Waiting while they get the stool out of the ring in the Kershaw corner and just clear up some mess on the counters. On we go. Kershaw against MacDonald, the final 3 minutes. Well, MacDonald, the dark-skinned boy from Nottingham, is known for his fast work rate, and it's that which seems to be getting on top of Kershaw. He can't go with it. There's some blood on McDonald's face now, on the right cheek, his cut on the right cheek. And that's just appeared there. So early success for Kershaw in this final round. That might just stir McDonald even with more furious action. Kershaw has certainly come out looking a lot more determined for this one after the little talking to in the corner. But McDonald is going faster than ever. Kershaw tired again, he looks it. They're going to have a look at that cut on the cheek. And he's taking him over to the corner to get a doctor's opinion. Be a tremendous shame if he were pulled out of this now. All is well. It must have been a nasty moment for McDonald. And he's taking full advantage of his reprieve. Standing count over Kershaw. He was being pulled off his feet, but I think he's very tired. And he's getting a much longer rest because McDonald won't stay away from him. He should be in another corner. So by not going where he should have done, he allowed his opponent to have a longer rest than he needed, or needed to have. Well, what a finish. All the scoring now being done by McDonald. And if he would just steady himself up a bit, he might do even better. Getting a bit wild. Kershaw doing nothing now. In the Kershaw corner, being told to keep quiet. And it's all over. Well, he came here with the reputation of being a man with a tremendous work rate. And McDonald proved himself to have that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the winner and ABA National Welterweight Champion by a majority decision, McDonald in the red corner.
Well, the surprise there was that it was majority. One, his best-known amateur boxer, is going for the hat-trick in this light middleweight final. But the man who stands in his way is 24-year-old Gordon Phillips from Sunderland.
Seconds out, first round.
And this is Douglas coming out, wearing his new Marvin Hagler look, the shaven skull. Roderick Douglas going for the hat-trick of titles against Gordon Phillips from Sunderland. And Douglas, who hasn't looked too sharp at times this season, has come out here clearly determined to try and do a smart job, to go with the new look. And Phillips very much under fire in these opening seconds. Chin well exposed. 24 years old, Phillips, 4 years older than Douglas. Douglas still only 20, seems to have been around for years. Phillips is going to have an uncomfortable night, one feels here, unless he tightens his defences considerably. 2 years ago. Douglas outpointed Johnny Melfar in the final here. Last year he outpointed Neil Munn, the Welsh champion. I can still remember the young Welshman putting Douglas on the floor in the opening round, to everybody's astonishment.
Right.
The Sunderland man is champion of the Northern Counties for the second time. He won that title in '82. Now 3 years later he's won it again. Didn't get as far as this last time though. He's a minor, Phillips. Phillips now trying to stay with Douglas, got a hand out a bit on his own account, but he's under a lot of pressure. Douglas won't leave him alone. Punches coming at Phillips from all angles. Well, he's poured a lot of work into that opening round, has Douglas. 20-year-old Rod Douglas from the St George's Club in Stepney, ABA champion the last 2 years, and now having made a good start to the third title. Well, he did a lot of work, and Phillips had to take a few punches, but there have been no counts, and this tough miner from Sunderland took what was coming to him, and he's still there.
Second round.
Douglas, of course, was Britain's leading hope in the Olympics last year, but came up in the quarterfinals against Sean O'Sullivan, the Canadian, and was outpointed. But he had 2 wins before that.
Stop.
He really does have tremendous international experience, Douglas, and Phillips, of course, is boxing at this level really for the first time. Using the ropes unfairly, Douglas. 1 or 2 thudding punches on top of that gleaming skull. Douglas is putting on a different brand of, can't really call it boxing, it's fighting tonight for him. Going in two-fisted. I think he's been watching Marvin Hagler. Certainly looks like him. Blood coming now from Phillips' nose. But he's having a go, determined to swap punches. And if Douglas were to tire, well, no telling what might happen. Right old Barney between these two. Thumping away, the Sunderland man, but always being forced back by the aggression of Douglas. good punch-up, this one. And Douglas most certainly hasn't subdued him. In fact, Phillips could come out in the third and give Douglas plenty of trouble still.
Stop! Stop!
Told to watch their heads as the bell ends the second. Well, here's a man who's putting on the contest of his life tonight, 24-year-old miner, Gordon Phillips from the Dorton Colliery. Married man with a 13-month-old daughter, young Amy, who was born on the very day that the miners' strike started. Here we go then with the last 3 minutes of this light middleweight final. Rod Douglas on the right, going for his third successive title. And this tough miner from Sunderland, Gordon Phillips, a man who relies on strength, and he's showing it here. Douglas is hitting with all he's got, and the man's coming back at him in no uncertain fashion. And you can sense that Phillips is beginning to think to himself, I could win this. Punching Douglas at the moment. Good uppercut. Well, I don't know what Douglas anticipated in this final, but I bet he didn't expect a battle like this. And Phillips is catching him over and over again. It was all Douglas in the first round. It was much more even in the second, and this one is going Phillips' way. So we could have a very close result. Not so sure Douglas's legs didn't go then. This is like an old-fashioned fight out on the cobblestones. Wonderful stuff. Whoever's won this, the miner's going to get full credit for a wonderful performance. This man from Sunderland has been a revelation here tonight. Tremendous effort. Closing seconds. And he's still taking it to the champion as the bell goes. That was some performance by Gordon Phillips against the man who was going for his hat-trick of titles, the man with all the international experience, who was given one tremendous fight there by the 24-year-old miner from Sunderland. That is going to be extremely close. There was one beautiful little uppercut landed round about here by Phillips. There it is. What a nice little punch that was.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner and ABA National Light Middleweight Champion by a majority decision, Douglas.
Douglas has got it, but he's only got it 2-1. And Phillips gives him a little clap as that decision was announced. What a sporting man he is. Douglas is relieved, you can bet on that. The champions of Wales and Scotland clash in this middleweight final. Dennis Cronin from Wales and Alex McCulloch from Scotland.
Second round.
Well, these two are having a private slugging match between themselves here. Dennis Cronin in the red vest for Wales, finishing the first round rather stronger than his opponent, Alex McCulloch of Scotland. And it's been like this, thump, 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 from the first bell. A lot of beef going into the punches. Toe-to-toe slugging. They're both 21. Cronin, on the far side, has been champion of Wales for the last 2 seasons, and he's known in Wales as the Pocket Marciano. That's the Scot, getting a caution for his head. One of only 2 Scots to make the finals this year. And there's not too much finesse knocking around in this one. And there's an indication of it not punching correctly. But it's hard, slogging stuff. Strength will tell here in the end. Cronin always seems to come off best or better when these two come in at close quarters. Again, the head, this time a public warning for Alex McCulloch, the man from the Blantyre Miners Club. Lives in Saltcoats and makes a 40-mile round trip to train. He's a fitness instructor. And he needs to be fit to take this lot, I tell you. A determined slugger this Welshman is. No wonder he's known as the Pocket Marciano, you can see. McCulloch determined not to be outdone. But Cronin looks like one of these people you can go on hitting all night and it wouldn't make a lot of difference. Works as a labourer. I don't think McCulloch can believe how strong he is. And McCulloch is slowing down, and not surprising at that. Just a step back on the brakes given. And McCulloch has thumped him as hard as he knows how, and it really hasn't made very much difference. Oh, what a tough Welshman this man is. Unbelievable. And at last McCulloch has to take a standing count, not to the enjoyment of his fans at Wembley. Second round, the bell ends it. And the Welshman strides back to his corner as though, well, that was really nothing at all. He's been thumped himself, but it hasn't made any difference. Dennis Cronin from Clanbraddock. Well, this was some real old slugging going on here. And look at the strength of this Welshman, just forcing the man back and back until the standing count was given. Well, everything now depends in this last round of this middleweight final on how much good that minute's rest has done the Scotsman, Alex McCulloch. He was in real trouble towards the end of the round. And Cronin still looks as strong as a tank. Actually, McCulloch has done wonderfully well to get to this final. He was in a bad car crash last year, and his right leg was badly injured, but he's got over it, and he's got back to fitness, and here he is in the ABA final. But my word, it's hard going for him. He's had a bit of success at last. The first punch that's really forced Cronin back. Well, I don't know whether he should have done that. He stirred Cronin into even more action. This is some battle. The whole place now roaring and clapping in appreciation of this extraordinary final. Warning for the head again. That's the second time. If it happens again, he'll be disqualified under the rules. Another standing count. He's all over the shot, McCulloch. Last round. Oh, and he doesn't really know how to stand there. The legs have gone. Well, I hope he can keep out of trouble now. He's out on his feet, McCulloch. And the referee has rightly moved in. There was no point in letting him take any more. So, the hapless McCulloch goes back to his corner. He did well even to get to Wembley. But what an extraordinarily strong champion we have in Dennis Cronin from Llanbradach in Wales. One of the strongest amateurs we've seen for many a year. John Beckles from Islington has won his way to the light heavyweight final with a succession of quick wins. Can he outpunch the Welsh champion, Byram Pullen?
Second round. Second round.
Beckles very smartly attired in white. This is the man who's come to this final with 7 successive inside-the-distance wins. They're just wiping up, mopping up some water from the Beckles corner. The man he faces here is the rugby-playing Welsh champion, Byram Pullen, from the Clanharan club. And Beckles came out full of fire, throwing a lot of punches, but Pullen has stayed with him in the first round, and towards the end began to get confident and began to put a few together himself. But I think Pullen's best bet here is the straight left. Keep Beckles at range and off balance with it. Beckles is the London champion. He's from the Islington club, 22. Leaning on Pullen. He's only 20, and he's only had 17 contests. So what a wonderful thing to be able to get to Wembley after 17 contests only. And he's giving a good account of himself here against one of the most dangerous men in the championships. Oh, right and a left from Beckles. And Pullen's complaining he was hit low. And the referee taking it sensibly and calmly, giving him just a moment to rest and recover his breath. It was the right hand that got him low. Beckles beginning to make his punches felt. Oh, big punches, and he pulled up. He pulled up very sportingly. Standing count over the Welshman. So Pullen for the first time in trouble. Second round. Beckles, originally from Barbados, one of twins, going for the win here now. Beckles punching, beginning to tear the defences of Pullen apart. But he survives, and Beckles must go into the third round. So the final 3 minutes, Beckles and Pullen. Can Pullen come up with something in the third round? Or is this big hitting man from London going to have another inside the distance win? If he does, it'll be his 8th in a row. And Pullen has come out to have a go. What a brave boy. Only his 18th contest. He's decided there's nothing now to lose. Might as well go in and have a go. Punches getting in underneath the arms of Pullen and hurting into the body. And this Welshman really giving a very brave account of himself indeed here. He was hurt in the second round, but he's come out determined to make a fight of it. And he's having some success. He comes from the Clanharan club, that's halfway between Cardiff and Porthcawl. The Beckles fans setting up a big chant for their man. But Beckles is being made to go all the way. Gets a public warning. Well, that's rather sad for Pullen. He doesn't need that. Leaning on. Well, there was a feeling around here tonight that Beckles might come out and sweep this man away in quick time, but it simply hasn't happened. He's producing the goods right at the finish. And Beckles turns away. None too happy with that. What a performance from this 20-year-old Welshman, Byron Pullen, who's gone the distance with the big hitting Beckles, doing something that almost nobody else managed to do on the way to Wembley.
Yeah. Too much pitch. Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the winner and ABA National Light Heavyweight Champion by a majority decision, Beckles.
And Beckles has done it, but it was 2-1. One judge went for the Welshman, for John Beckles. Although England won the heavyweight title in 1982. Now he goes for it a second time against a former light heavyweight runner-up, Bobby Parks from London.
Seconds out, first round.
Well, we've got two old hands here. Harold Hilton in the white trunks. He won this title in 1982 and he was runner-up in 83. And Bobby Parks, well, he's making his second appearance in a Wembley final. 3 years ago, he was here in the light heavyweight final and he lost to Glenn Crawford of Leeds. So these two men know what Wembley's all about, and Parks is over in the opening seconds and he is all over the shop and he doesn't know what's hit him. He really doesn't. Harold Hilton who's always had a good punch, and he's been counted out on his feet because he simply didn't know where he was or what he was doing, Bobby Parks. And that's got to be one of the quickest wins of all time at a Wembley final. Harold Hilton, 25 years old, from the Viking Club at Brockworth, just outside Gloucester, wins his second ABA title. 1982 and now 1985, and he's won it in extraordinarily fast time and in sensational fashion. Let's look again. Here we are, seconds after the first bell. In comes Parks, swinging, off balance. The left misses, but the right catches him very hard indeed, above the ear, and then the second right on the jaw. And he really didn't know where he was, even though he did beat the count. But the referee, I'm sure, was right to stop it. Just look at that picture. He doesn't know where he is at all. Let's look at it from another camera. Very interesting, this, because Parks lunges forward, misses. The first right hits him high, the second one right on the jaw, and in fact a little left to follow as well. So that is a marvellous win by 25-year-old Hilton from the West Country. And, well, he had an extraordinary defeat in 83 here rather quickly. He won his title in a round in 82, met the same man the next year and lost inside a round, and now here he is again, another one-round win. And this one, I don't know, I suspect it wasn't more than 30 seconds. Guy Williamson, a policeman from London, who came close to winning here 2 years ago, and his opponent from the Royal Marines, Ned Rawlins.
Second out. Second round.
Well, you're watching the giants of this championship. Guy Williamson in the black and white vest, and Ned Rawlins from the Navy. Two very big men indeed. Williamson goes over 17 stone. He's 6 feet 5 inches, and at 27, he's the oldest competitor in these finals. That's Williamson in the black and white singlet, the famous colours of Fitzroy Lodge. By those standards, Rawlins of the Navy, the Royal Marines actually, he's an engine room mechanic. He's a comparative midget, I suppose. He's only 6 feet 4 and 15.5 stone. He's 24. Pretty even first round. Williamson started a firm favourite. He's got quite a bit of experience, including experience in America, Williamson. He went over last summer to Phoenix, Arizona, with a British police squad of boxers to take part in a sort of cops Olympics. And he won his final against a cop from New Orleans. And Rawlins is threatening to spring a bit of a surprise here against this huge man from the Transport Police, Guy Williamson. Rawlins is standing back, measuring his man. And they're both beginning to blow very hard in this second round. They've taken a bit out of each other. Rawlins is bleeding from the nose. He's giving something like 2 stone away here to Williamson. But Williamson is blowing hard, and Rawlins is picking him up with quite sharp punches to the head. Open mouth now, Williamson. These two could punch each other to a standstill quite easily. Williamson keeping his man under pressure. Rawlins is breathing very, very hard indeed. He's finding it hard to get his breath now. But he's come back again at him. Williamson is a big man, he really is. 6'5" and 17.5 stone. Imagine that lot coming at you. And that bell will come as a very welcome relief to both men, particularly, I think, to Rawlins, who's giving away 2 stone. And he flops on that stool with some relief. I can understand it.
Second round. Third and final round.
So the Giants clash for the last 3 minutes. Rawlins of the Navy on the left, Williamson of the Police. This is going to be some final 3 minutes. And Rawlins has surpassed everybody's expectations, A, by getting to the final, and B, by really giving the favourite a hard time. Ned Rawlins. Well, Rawlins sounds very Navy-like, but when I tell you that Ned's first name is actually Nelson, and that his other names are Edwin de Courcy, Nelson Edwin de Courcy, that's his name, N-E-D, Ned. And they're getting tired again. Williamson still the first to lead and put the other man under pressure. And Rawlins now finding it hard to collect some counter punches. He really isn't offering too much now. Driven back by the massive bulk of Williamson. Rawlins told off for lying on. And a good right hand from Williamson, and Rawlins is all over the shop. I think he might even have gone down if he hadn't held on to Williamson. The closing moments of the closing final. Rawlins in trouble. Williamson going for the title. The Marine is in real trouble. Head up to Williamson this time. What a courageous effort this is by Rawlins. Only a few seconds left, and I don't think Williamson can put him away. Rawlins holding on for dear life, but I think he's going to make it to the end. And he's coming back at him with a finish. What a courageous effort by Rawlins. Pushing. Oh, that's rather sad that he's taken the public warning for that. Oh, it's very sad. He got the public warning at the end. What a fight he put up. Nelson Edwin de Courcy of the Royal Marines. The Marines' honour is saved. He goes the distance. But I think we'll find that this massive man from Fitzroy Lodge, Guy Williamson, will be the super heavyweight champion of Great Britain for 1985.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the winner and ABA National Super Heavyweight Champion by a majority decision, Williamson in the blue corner.
Majority decision, but the policeman, the